Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Baltimore State Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. As 3-2, Baltimore State plays host to Troy, who's sitting at 2-0, though their level of competition hasn't really been that of Baltimore State so far this season. Baltimore State has been able to bounce back from some tough losses so far this year, and now we're sitting at 3-2 as they play their final game before their first bye of the season. So Troy gets the ball to start off the game, 1st and 10. Page going to roll out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up a gain of 3 before sliding. So now 2nd and 7 for the Trojans as Page takes a snap. Lets it go over the left side, and it's nearly intercepted. Steven Nelson just couldn't haul it in, and that'll lead to a 3rd and 7 for the Trojans. Here's Page, looking left side, and he finds a wide open Horn, but he steps out of bounds. That'll lead to a Troy punt. So now Baltimore State ball from about the 41-yard line. Here's the handoff in 1st and 10. Roman Sender going nowhere. He only gains a yard on the power O, so now 2nd and 9. 2 receivers to the left side as Julius Hobbs takes a snap. Throws over the middle, and he's intercepted. Phillips makes the grab at midfield. He's going to get a nice return up to about the 40. Just a very irresponsible throw by Hobbs. He was trying to force it to Morrison, and he paid the price. So now Troy with great field position to begin their second drive of the game, 1st and 10. Page goes right side, and he lofts one up the Fenner, who makes the grab inside the 30-yard line up to about the 28. That'll be a new set of downs for the Trojans. Now 2nd and 7. Page drops back. Looks to his left, and there's Horn wide open again. This time for a 4-yard gain. Now 3rd and 3. Here's Page. Looks right side. He finds Parks underneath. He's going to pick up the first down inside the 15-yard line. And now the Trojans looking to strike first here. 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Waters up the middle. Just runs over Tank Evans. How do you run over a tank? Just ask Quentin Waters, I guess, as he picks up 6. Now 2nd and 4. Handoff to Waters out of the jet motion, and he runs right over Hallmiller. That's been a recurring theme so far this season for Reggie Hallmiller. He's just been getting run over by everybody. And anyways, now a 3rd and 1. Here's a handoff to Waters. He's going to go in untouched for a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Trojans take an early 7-0 lead over Baltimore State. Now we go into a studio update, and Nebraska, the reigning, defending, undisputed national champions, lose to Michigan State 42-31. That's their second loss of the season, so their national championship hopes are starting to fade. Minnesota beats Ohio State, Cincinnati beats Southern Miss, and LSU takes care of Florida as we send you back to Baltimore. Baltimore State had a really rough first drive after Hobbs threw an interception early on. Now 2nd and 8 as he looks to bounce back. Finds Morrison over the middle. Morrison going to get forward progress, and he picks up the first down. So now midway through the first quarter, 2nd and 8, Hobbs looking down the field, throws left side, and he finds Colin Mentor out of the backfield. Mentor picks up 11, and it's a new set of downs. Now 3rd and 4 once again for Baltimore State as we hit the 2.5-minute mark. Hobbs going to roll to his right, and he throws, and he finds Damian Rutledge down the field. Nobody's in front of him. Touchdown Baltimore State. A 55-yard touchdown strike ties this game at 7 apiece. So Troy looks to respond now, 2nd and 11. Page going to take the snap, looking for the screen pass, dumps it off to Waters, and Barber right there to shut that down. It's a loss of 4 on the play. Now 3rd and 15 for the Trojans as Page looks down the field, throws over the middle, finds Robinson. He's able to get away from the defenders, and he picks up a first down. Now 2nd and 8. Here's a handoff to Fenner on the jet sweep. He's going to pick up the first down, and Moore runs over a defender. Hallmiller able to bring him down at the 36-yard line, but now Troy in Baltimore State territory. We're under a minute to go in the quarter. Here's the throw to Parks. He breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and Parks inside the 10, pushed out at about the 8-yard line. And now Troy looking to take the lead again. 3rd and 10, Page over the middle, finds Parks. He runs over a defender, but he's finally brought down at the 3. That'll end the first quarter. Second quarter action now as Troy sets up for a chip shot field goal. This one from about 20 yards, and it's good. Troy's up 10-7. Baltimore State with the ball now, 1st and 10 from about the 16-yard line after a penalty on the kickoff return. Here's the handoff to Cinder. Cinder takes it up the middle, and he picks up about 9 on the play. That'll make it a very manageable 2nd and 1. Hobbs under center now. Here's the handoff. Cinder going to take it to the outside, and he picks up the first down and more. Cuts inside, and he's able to get up to about the 33-yard line. That's an 8-yard gain. So now 1st and 10 for Baltimore State. Hobbs again under center. He'll hand it off to Mentor this time. Mentor able to fight forward for about 4 yards on the play. Leads to a 2nd and 6. This time 2 receivers to the right side. Hobbs in the shotgun. He'll drop back. Gets it away. Finds Dustin Scott, who gets up to about the 47-yard line. 1st down Stallions. Now 1st and 10. Hobbs is waiting too long to throw it, and he's finally caught. Hobbs loses 12 yards on the play. That's going to lead to a 2nd and 22 as Anthony Samuel got there to him first. And now very next play, Hobbs out of the shotgun, steps up, throws it to Morrison. Morrison able to pick up a generous amount of yards, about 8 on the play. That's going to lead to a 3rd and slightly less long, but still pretty long. That's what she said. Hobbs over the middle, finds Scott. He's going to be stopped short of the 1st down marker. It does pick up 11, so that opens up the possibility of Baltimore State going for it, and that's what they're going to do on 4th and 3. Hobbs rolling to his right, throws over the middle, and Dustin Scott makes the grab, holds onto it despite the contact, and he picks up the 1st down. Now 2nd and 5. Hobbs going to dump it off to Cinder. Cinder cuts outside, and he's able to get up to about the 20-yard line. Baltimore State into the red zone now. 2nd and 1. Hobbs on the play fake. Rolls to his right, and he's going to dump it off. Finds Rutledge, and he steps into the end zone for the touchdown as Baltimore State takes the lead 14-10 midway through the 2nd quarter. So now Troy with the football, looking to take the lead back here. 1st and 10. Page going to roll to his right, but he runs right into George Smith. That'll be a sack and a loss of 7 on the play. So now 2nd and 17 for the Trojans. Page going to hand it off to Waters. Waters gets brought down by his face mask. Chadwick Passmore going to be called for the penalty. There was just no reason for that. And Troy now gets a free 1st down because of it. Following the face mask is the 1st and 10 for Troy. Here's a handoff to Waters. Waters gets to the outside, past Passmore, and then he's finally pushed out of bounds at about the 49. A nice 19-yard gain there for Waters as the Trojans move the chains. So about 3 minutes to go in the quarter, 1st and 10 for the Trojans once again. Page under pressure, and he's brought down for the sack yet again. Clifton Cooper able to bring him down. So now 3rd and 15. Page going to drop back, lets it fly left side, and it's intercepted. This time Nelson able to get the pick, and Nelson going to get a pretty good return out of it up to about the 45-yard line. So now Baltimore State will have a chance to make it a 2-possession game before the end of the half. So 1st and 10 Baltimore State. Center going to get the handoff, takes it to the left side, past the 50 to the 40, and he's finally going to be brought down at about the 29-yard line. That's one way to start the drive. Now 1st and 10, under 2 minutes to go in the half now. Hobbs in the pistol. There's the play fake. Dumps it off to Mentor. Takes what the defense gives him, and he picks up about 8 on the play. So now 2nd and 2. Hobbs again in the pistol. And this time he'll hand it off to Mentor. Mentor going to pick up the 1st down up to about the 16-yard line. So now 1st and 10. Hobbs in the shotgun now. He'll drop back. Goes to his right. Looking down the field. Throws it, and it's caught in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Jalen Morrison gets behind the secondary and makes the grab, and Baltimore State now up 21-10 with about a minute to go in the half. So now Page on 1st and 10, looking for the screen, finds Waters. Waters gets some blocks, and he's able to pick up about 9. Troy burns their first time out of the half. So now 2nd and 1, just over a minute to go. Page drops back, looking over the middle, finds Robinson. He's going to get into Baltimore State territory up to the 49-yard line. Troy going to keep it going now. 1st and 10. Page is starting to run out of time, and he's brought down for the sack. He's going to lose 8 on the play. That's going to force Troy to burn a timeout. So now 3rd and 18 with 46 seconds to go in the half. Looking for the screen. Here's the throw to Waters. Evans brings him down. The flag on the play would be against Troy, and they would have to punt it away. So now Baltimore State with 28 seconds to go. They're actually going to try to extend their lead here as Hobart gets a handoff. He's hit from behind, loses the football, and is picked up by Allen. He steps out at about the 45-yard line, and now Troy has a chance to make this a 1-possession game with 22 seconds to go. They get another shot. Now 1st and 10. Page throws the Fenner. He's brought down at about the 38. And Troy can't afford to burn their final timeout quite yet, so they hurry back to the line. Page looking deep for Horn, and he catches it. Horn going to be brought down at about the 11-yard line. Troy uses their final timeout. And now Troy going to try a chip shot field goal from about 29 yards out, and the kick is good. So Troy able to make it a one-possession game as Baltimore State heads into halftime with a 21-13 lead. We'll be right back with the second half of football in just a moment. We're back with the second half, and Baltimore State starts off with the football. 1st and 10. Hobbs throws left side, finds Dustin Scott, who's past the 40-yard line up to about the 43. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 1 now as Hobbs drops back. And he rolls to his right. Under pressure, and he's going to be brought down. Coughs up the football. It's picked up by Samuel, and he's trying to get a big man touchdown, but he's brought down at about the 22-yard line. And that's 3 turnovers by Baltimore State in this game. Now 3rd and 7 for Troy, and here's a dump off to Waters on the screen. He goes nowhere. Bailey Barber drops him down for a 4-yard loss, and now Troy going to try a 40-yard field goal. Kicks on the way, but it sails wide right. No good. So Baltimore State gets bailed out by a horrible kick by Troy. So they get the ball here. 1st and 10. Cinder on the power O picks up about 9 on the play. That's going to lead to a 2nd and 1. And again, Baltimore State in the I formation. Here's the handoff to Mentor this time, who checks into the game. Colin Mentor going to pick up a very tough 3 yards, and that will move the chains. So now 2nd and 10 for Baltimore State. Hobbs in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, rolls to his right. Avoids being sacked, and he throws right side, finds Jalen Morrison. That's going to give him a 1st down. So now 1st and 10. Hobbs on the read option gives it to Evans, and Evans gets his first carry of the game, picks up about 6. That'll lead to a 3rd and 4. Now Hobbs again in the shotgun, running the triple option again. Keeps it himself this time. Hobbs has plenty of green in front of him. He's going to get up to about the 21-yard line, and that'll move the chains. So now 1st and 10 Baltimore State, and again going back to the triple option. This time Evans gets the ball again, runs over a defender, picks up about 7 on the play. Baltimore State would pick up the 1st down, and now 1st and goal, handoff to Cinder. Cinder going to get past the defense and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A 9-yard run for Roman Cinder as Baltimore State takes a 2-possession lead with just over 3 minutes to go. Now under the 3-minute mark after a 3-and-out by Troy, Colin Mentor going to get the carry, and he picks up about 11. That will be another Baltimore State 1st down as they are having no problem moving the ball in the second half. Now 3rd and 3. Hobbs over to Scott on the drag route. He's able to pick up the 1st down. And Troy just having no success stopping this Baltimore State offense. Now 1st and 10. Hobbs going to roll to his right. Has plenty of green in front of him. This is going to be a big gain here. Past the 20. Gets past the defender, and he's finally pushed out of bounds at the 2-yard line. That is a 36-yard gain for Julius Hobbs. And now Baltimore State has a chance to make this a 3-possession game. 1st and goal, giving it to Tank Evans. He's going to get into the end zone for the touchdown from 1 yard out on the triple option. Now Baltimore State up 35-13 as we head towards the end of the 3rd quarter. Now 3rd and 6 for Troy. Page going to throw over the middle, finds Waters. He breaks a tackle, breaks another one, breaks a 3rd one, and he's finally brought down at the 48-yard line. That'll end the 3rd quarter. Troy trying to make an epic comeback as we begin the 4th quarter. 1st and 10. Page drops back, and he's under pressure, and he's brought down for the sack. Baltimore State only brought 3 people on the rush on that play, and they still got to Page. So now 2nd and 8. Here's the screen pass to Waters. He's able to get back to midfield. That's a 6-yard gain. Now 3rd and 12. Here's Page under pressure, and he's brought down, coughs up the football. It's going to be recovered by Tank Evans. Quadarius Friday, the one who got to Page, and that is the last thing that Troy needed in this situation. They just couldn't hold up against this Baltimore State defensive line, and now the Stallions have a chance to put this one away. 3rd and 10. Hobbs steps up, throws right side, and there's Zach Hobart, who's been really quiet, like I've said, pretty much every game this season. But there's a reception for him, his 2nd of the game, and that'll lead to a new set of downs for Baltimore State. 1st and 10, here's the handoff to Cinder. Cinder gets to the outside, past the 10, and Cinder going to get into the end zone for the touchdown. Baltimore State takes a 42-13 lead with 6 minutes to go in this game. And now Troy at least trying to make it respectable here. 1st and 10. Here's the throw right side to Waters. He breaks the tackle, picks up about 10 on the play. That'll be a new set of downs. So now 3rd and 10, 5.5 minutes to go in the game. Page going to drop back. Goes over the middle, finds Horn. He's going to be stopped a few yards shy of the 1st down marker. And now, obviously, Troy going to go for it here. Page going to drop back. Under pressure. Breaks the 1st sack, but he's caught on the 2nd effort. That time by Tank Evans. And now Baltimore State pretty much just running up the score here as Hobart going to get into the end zone for the touchdown. Baltimore State now up 49-13 with under 4 minutes to go. A hell of a performance by Julius Hobbs. So now it's pretty much garbage time. Here's Page looking for the screen pass. The Waters is intercepted. Jax Lewis undercuts the pass and he takes it back for 6. A dominant performance by Baltimore State, capped off with a pick 6. They're up 56-13 at this point. Although Troy would get one more drive and one more opportunity to get points on the board to kind of make it a little more respectable. But then Page going to be intercepted by Calvin Triangen, the former starting corner. And that is going to do it. Baltimore State gets a huge victory, 56-13 over Troy. Baltimore State improves to 4-2 on the season, while Troy suffers their first loss of the year and dropped to 2-1. Looking at the stats, Julius Hobbs, 20 of 22 for 255 yards, 4 touchdowns and a pick. Colin Mentor with 47 yards on the ground. Cinder had 95 and 2 touchdowns in this one. Tank Evans added the touchdown as well. Jalen Morrison led the team with 6 catches, 77 yards and a touchdown. Hobart and Rutledge both added touchdowns as well. Rutledge had 2 of them. Looking at the defensive side, Bailey Barba led the team with 8 tackles. Multiple players had 2 tackles for a loss. And Cooper and Friday each had 2 sacks, 3 interceptions by the defense. And just a hell of a performance by Baltimore State as they head into their first bye week of the season. A very impressive performance by Baltimore State once again. But you got to remember the second half of their season is going to be tough. But if they exclude the turnovers and play the way that they did in the second half of this game, then I think they'll do fine against all their opponents who they play in the second half, including Florida State and Virginia, just to name a few. Looking at the top 25, and the top 4 teams are still the same ones as Notre Dame, Minnesota, Oregon, and North Carolina stay undefeated. Stanford jumps up to number 5 from number 9 after Nebraska lost their game. And the rest of the top 25 is pretty much all shaken up. As you see, Nebraska drops from 6 to 14. And it's just all bad. Florida lost, thank God. And Georgia Tech loses to Vanderbilt, so they drop from 8 to 20. Notre Dame quarterback Derek Towns still on top of the Heisman race so far. He had a hell of a performance against Iowa State last week. So the next video in this series will be the recruiting special. It should be out this weekend, no later than next Tuesday. But just stay tuned for that. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching as always. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the sub button if you're new as well. Also turn your notifications on to join the notification gang. That way every time I upload a new video, you guys will be notified. If you feel like you're not getting the notifications, then make sure you guys follow me on Twitter and join the Discord server, which I update with every video that I upload. And if you guys enjoy the content and you want to support me in a more personal way, consider becoming a channel member or a patron on Patreon. That's going to do it for me though, guys. You have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day, night, or whenever you're watching this. Like I always say, guys, no matter what happens, make sure you keep that mofo rolling. I love y'all 3000. I'm Audi 5000. Deuces.